My ex-boyfriend cheated with his sister.
What?
And clearly there's a trigger warning here for
intimate familial relations and general family dysfunction.
So, I was with this bloke for 3 years, and for months I had this gut feeling he was cheating. He'd stay up late at night on his phone, nothing weird in itself, but he would literally turn his whole body so I couldn't see his screen. Like lying there, facing me but holding his phone away. Proper shady. I asked him about it, but he'd always get super defensive. By the way, this comes from user extension BlueJ93 on the r/CharlotteDobre YouTube subreddit. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKstorytime subreddit. I'm Dakota.
I'm Sophia.
And I'm Keon.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we do, so tell us what you would do in the comments.
I've never been through this, and I'm scared.
I don't have any siblings. OP
I don't have any siblings.
can't possibly go through this. OP says, so yeah, one night I thought, forget it, and went through his phone while he was in the shower. This man was on every dating app going, sliding into random girls' DMs. Honestly, it was pathetic. Half the girls left him on read, and the rest gave him one-word replies. He looked thirsty.
Freeze!
I'm thirsty.
I was honestly embarrassed I'd even touched him, let alone wasted 3 years, and I binned him off the next day. Fast forward 6 months, I'm minding my business. A mate sent me a random video she found in some group chat and said, OMG, look at this grim crap. I click it and see some random couple going at it. I'm about to scroll past, but then I notice the tattoo.
Wait, I'm sorry. Your friend's just sending you corn?
But it's like, where are they even? Why is that floating around?
Why is that floating around?
Your friends don't send you?
Thank goodness, no.
Yeah, guys, Sophia just admitted her and all her friends are super boring.
You're my friend. You just said all my
and
friends.
we're all boring.
Dunked on. Dakota didn't even know what the rice purity test was.
Dakota would pass that with flying colors. He would probably get 100%.
Yeah, thank you. You knew what it was.
Of course I know what it was. It's because I'm Asian.
What?
What?
Someone's crossing off a very unfortunate box on the rice purity test based on
Yikes.
this story.
So true.
My blood ran cold. I
Oh,
knew
no.
that tattoo. I zoom in,
Oh, no.
and then I see the girl's face. It's his sister.
Oh man, are we really gonna say it? This is the actual story where we actually say it. He probably kissed his sister.
That's why I said it like that.
I know.
I swear to God, I almost threw my phone. This man was with his own sister. I did a bit of digging because I thought, surely I'm losing my mind. But nope. Apparently, their whole circle already knew.
What?
Like this was some open secret.
Huh?
I'm sorry. The second I find out about that, hello, police?
It's getting
Ring, ring, ring. Hello, police. Is it illegal in presumably the UK?
I can look it up.
Don't kiss your sister.
George Lucas?
Meanwhile, I was playing Happy Families, planning our future, kissing this man who was literally with his sister. I felt physically ill. Like I used to think being cheated on was humiliating, but this is trauma on another level.
Is it like a specific tattoo that nobody else has? Can
Well,
we
she
just...
said she even recognized his sister's face.
Somebody could have
come
done a
on.
Nick Cage face-off.
Well, she also went and checked with his friends and family,
And they
and
all
it's an
knew.
open secret.
Come on.
No.
Also, pretty concerning. I want to know like what the age difference is between these siblings because
I don't.
No, because there's
I
a lot
like
of
they're both
Sophia.
50.
a lot of like genetic,
They're both
intimate.
old enough to be
relationships.
unviable to make a child.
More my point is that a lot of those types of relationships are not necessarily not consensual, but they're not always consensual.
So yes, it looks like our residents from the UK
Yeah.
did say it's illegal, but cousins can.
All right, folks, let's get through this. I feel like I need bleach for my soul. Yeah, me too. Now, can someone help me on what I should do about this bloke? Shall I tell his mom because I'm still in contact with her, or do you think I should just leave it?
Don't just leave it.
You probably tell his mom.
Tell his mom if you're still in contact with his mom, tell his mom.
I hope
and then
she
if she
doesn't
knows,
know.
then go to the police.
Yeah, if she knows and she's like, yeah, I love that for them.
I love how close my children are.
We're a tight-knit family.
You're jail, all of you.
So I'm already really pissed off I got cheated on and let him go easily off the hook. Does anyone have any recommendations on how I can ruin his life? Sorry, I'm a little evil. My recommendation is that vengeance is bad for your brain.
I'm vengeance.
His life is already ruined.
His life is already bad.
Just, yeah, tell the relevant parties that, hey.
Yeah. Hey, found this information out. You can even do it anonymously. Text his mom from a different number.
Comments. Comment number 1. Do not get involved in this in a way that will come back to you or involve your name. If you cannot be anonymous, then leave it alone. If it's an open secret, then it will or has already gotten back to other family members. Interfamilial relations are explosive and extremely taboo. People react with such disgust, and rightly so. It is entirely possible he will face real pushback and will look to blame someone. Don't take that chance, especially if his family already knows and has chosen denial. If you can find a way to be anonymous, then go for it. Just be sure you aren't breaking a law. If not, the best revenge is just living well. Honestly, if this is happening to me, I'm like, I tell the mom and then I never speak to any of these people ever again.
cut them
and
all
I lose
off.
all of their information.
All of their information. And then I go to the friend and say, where did you get this? Why
Wait,
did
yeah.
you send it
Yeah.
to me?
By the way,
Why is this just
why does
floating
this circle
around?
know? These friends know, and they're like, yeah, that's cool.
Let's just keep going. Comment number 2. Please do not send the video to anyone, as this is classed as revenge corn and has been illegal in the UK for years. Update. To address a few things, the video was on an Instagram reel on a bait account. It was up for a while, and my friend was sent it by another friend on a group chat, and then it got sent to me. I got asked why my friend wasn't freaked out, and yes, she was freaked out, which is why she sent it to me. I've messaged the account and reached out, but I have still not received a reply. The video got taken down the day before yesterday. His sister is older by about 3 years. I've met her and the rest of his immediate family. I've met a few aunts, uncles, and cousins at a wedding as well. He's extremely close to his mom, a typical mummy's boy. His dad has always been a bit of a weirdo.
I can't
I
imagine
don't
this
like
family
this.
is normal.
This can't be real.
Can't imagine this family is normal.
I'm not completely sure if his parents knew about it before, but they definitely do now. The day after seeing the video, I looked up his Instagram and saw it was taken down. On the bait account post, his was being posted all over, and people were calling him a sister effer, and others were saying to remove the video. He ended up either deactivating or deleting his whole account, and I checked his TikTok, and that too was also taken down. I know for a fact that he has seen this, but after reading some of the comments you guys have left, I'm not reaching out to this bloke or his creepy family.
Yeah, everyone knows you don't need to. Also, I'm wondering why OP said she was still in contact with the mom. Maybe like she thought the mom was nice, but now is like, oh, on further reflection, mom is a creep.
Sometimes when you realize the family's down with this kind of shenaniganry.
This
Yeah.
is definitely down with the sickness.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't have to do anything, OP. Everyone knows.
I've been getting messages from our old mutuals, and rumors are spreading really quickly. I thought I'd speak to my mom and younger brother about it before they hear from someone else. My brother said he's not surprised and that he always was way too close to his sister.
What do you mean by that?
And what my brother means by close is they were always holding hands like a couple when they walked and talked about weird topics that you wouldn't speak to your siblings about. For example, I remember this one time when we were shopping for his sister's engagement party, and her partner did not come with us. When we were walking, he would be in the middle holding both of our hands, and I'm such an idiot I didn't speak up. I mean, holding your sister's
not-
hand is not an identicator that you would do something like this.
That's not, yeah, no.
Be honest, folks.
Also, like, what would you do? He's holding his sister's hand, and you're like, hey, cut that out.
Yeah, now you're the weirdo.
Now you're a weirdo. Because now it's like, that's my sister, bro. Why are you being weird?
There were many times when his sister or mom would do something weird, like making me sit in the back of the car while they sat in the front seat, or talking about his ex and how she was so different from me. I'm not really a confrontational person, so I would just let it go, and my ex would never stick up for me. That's why I didn't really fight him or argue much when I found out he was cheating on me. I just left. One thing I did find really weird about him is that when his mom would stay over at ours, she would sleep in the same room as us. Please don't judge me. I do not know what was going through my head. For context, we lived in a one-bedroom flat, and his mom said she had never slept alone before. and she's afraid of being alone. So I told her she could sleep next to me, but she refused, saying that I'm not family. So she felt really uncomfortable sleeping next to me, and she would rather sleep with my ex, her son. Now, this is not a common thing in my family, so I don't see this as normal. Please tell me what you think. We ended up getting an old air mattress out and letting her sleep in our room right next to us on my ex's side.
Okay,
You've never slept alone in your life?
that's weird.
I'm not letting that go. I'm saying, excuse me, it's time for us to get out of our comfort zone.
You're a big girl. You can sleep alone. However, the only thing I will say, I think OP is latching on to things that, like, now that we know the truth, are obviously indicators. But the holding hands with sister could be normal. The sleeping in the same bed with the mom because they didn't have other arrangements could be normal. Obviously, knowing what we know.
They're not!
But I feel like OP's kind of being hard on herself, being like, I don't know, I didn't see it. Like, they did all these things. And I feel like all of those things could have been normal if they weren't all freaks. So don't beat yourself up, is what I'm saying, OP.
My brother was not shocked, but my mom was shouting at me for telling other people about it. She said that I'm poking my nose in other people's business, and I should stay out of it.
It's kind of your business, honestly.
She was a little mean about it, but I totally get where she's coming from. She asked me if I still love him, and I said, no. She said, then you shouldn't care about what he does. She's got a point, so fair enough.
Yeah, but also, this is insane.
Yeah, no, but I agree. Cut your losses, move on with your life. This
For
is
sure,
like
but
oh
if
my
you
God,
had
that
an
was
ex
insane.
who did something like this, would you not be like, you will not believe what I just found out about my ex?
Yeah, of course I would.
Of course you would.
She also said not to reach out to anyone or tell anyone that I dated him because it would also ruin my reputation, but that's already kind of late because our pictures were still up on his Instagram highlights and everyone knew that we dated each other.
Rough.
By the way, you have a date with more full episodes with stories not like this on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Apple Podcasts. Just search OK Storytime, and you've got a whole plethora of stories to listen to. Okay.
This kind of ruined my Wednesday vibe.
Why was this the first story? Man. Yeah, I mean, don't advertise that you dated this guy. You could talk about it with the people that know that you dated him, but honestly, if this happened to me, I'd be telling everyone I knew forever.
I don't know. I would be like, I don't even want to talk about you anymore. I don't want to talk about that guy.
Exactly.
I'm like, so
Instant conversation starter.
that's a great icebreaker, Sophia.
Instant.
About getting myself checked, I feel fine. It's been almost 7 months since I left, and I'm finding it difficult to book an appointment with my GP. They're always fully booked, but I will at some point when I'm free. I work almost every day, so it's a little difficult at the moment. I know this isn't the update you guys wanted. You all wanted me to send the video to his mom and have a whole revenge plan.
I didn't want
No
that.
one.
I don't want that.
No.
No one
People wanted
that.
People wanted you to send the video of her
No.
children going at it
No.
to her.
You're
his
probably
mom?
committing a crime doing that.
Full Game of Thrones.
One crime.
Don't
but
do
also,
that.
I'm sorry. Who said send the video of this mother's children going at it to the mom?
Y'all move different.
Y'all are freaks.
Okay, let's
Also-
just keep going. We're gonna finish this story. I want all of your internet privileges revoked permanently. Everyone involved in this.
If I were a good friend, I'd be like, I'm going to warn you.
Yeah.
This is going to scar you.
Don't want to watch it.
It's one of those videos online that you never want to see, that
Yeah.
you can't wash your eyeballs ever again.
Yeah.
Dakota knows those videos.
Anyway, there's a little left.
I was all for that when I was angry, but after reassessing the situation, I don't think it's a clever move. Like I said, I live in the UK, and it would be seen as revenge porn, and I could get into a lot of trouble with the police. Yes, I could report it to the police, but like I said, my mom had a huge go at me and said it's not my place and not my business. I don't think she would be happy if she found this post. Also, if you're feeling bad for my ex, please don't. He doesn't deserve it.
Why would I feel
Why
bad?
would I feel bad for
Who would
him?
feel bad for him? One, he cheated. But two, with his sister.
He kissed his sister.
If the parents were in any way, knowledgeable of this, then they should definitely be investigated. But anyway, that's it. That's the end of that story.
I need saltine
I
crackers
had
or
no
something.
business.
I have this, and I still don't feel anything.
Was it were they step siblings? Hopefully.
No.
No.
Oh,
All right, let's do this.
I say it's worth a shot.
Yes, I agree. Let's do it.
My ex asked me to give her away at her upcoming wedding.
It's time to fly away. Oh, glory.
Basically, me, 35 male, and my ex, 36 female, split up 3 years ago when we had been together 7 years when she came out to me as a sapphic. At first, we were very rocky when we separated, but as we shared custody of a dog together, we had to stay civil.
Had to.
Over time, we became not just friends again, but in my opinion, best friends again.
Aww.
That's lovely.
Little co-parenting fur baby.
By the way, this comes from Deleted, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKstorytime subreddit. I'm Sophia.
I'm Riley.
And I'm Keon.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we only know what we do, so let us know what you do in the comments. And OP says, when our dog passed away in the summer, we got very close again. It's important to point out that we never married, and we had both been married before, so we said we were in no rush. She said she was adamantly opposed to remarriage, whereas I said I was not bothered by it, but would never rule it out. Well, I think she meant remarriage to a man.
Really?
Presumably.
To a man? I thought she just wouldn't get married in general because divorce is just so hard. She wouldn't want to go through that again.
Well, she's about to get married. That's the plot of the story.
I know that, but I guess my question is, how did you get that conclusion? That she would not remarry to a man. That's what I just think. Like,
because
someone's
she's
like,
gay.
I'm not going to get married ever again. It's like they wouldn't get
She's
married either.
Because she's getting married and she said she was.
Sapphic.
I know that, but
I was kinda
if someone makes
making
the
a joke.
statements, oh, got it. Oh, sorry. I'm like our Facebook viewers. I'm not taking your joke seriously. She's like, you know what? I'm gonna try the woman thing now.
She met a new woman, 30 female, last year after 2 years of what she called her sloot phase of newly coming out. I have met her and she seems okay. We get on, but we're not close, just civil. They moved on quickly though, moving in together after only 7 months. They are coming up to only a year together this month. I have not found anyone yet. I've had flings and a few one-night stands, but I'm quite shy and have anxiety issues despite being told I'm a good-looking guy.
Dang.
The other day, she asked me if we could have a coffee, which I agreed to. She proceeded to show me a diamond ring and said her girlfriend, now fiancé, proposed to her and she said yes.
Whoa.
This took me by surprise considering how opposed she was while we were together. Again,
She was sapphic, so I think she had other oppositions to your relationship.
Wait, is this part of joke now or not?
here, okay, I'll explain it to you. She was in a relationship with a man.
Yes.
She realizes I'm not into men.
Yes.
And then gets into a relationship with a woman.
Yes.
And then marries that woman. And OP's like,
Yes.
why didn't she want to marry me? Because she didn't want to be in a relationship with a man at all.
Okay, but
No buts.
There's
no
no
buts.
buts.
No buts.
can I ask a question?
Yes.
Question.
Answer.
She made a statement, I don't want to be married again. Does that apply to both teams?
I think that
Or
she was
just
saying.
or she just said that because she was with the man and realized,
Yes.
oh, I don't
The
like
reason I don't
dude,
wanna-
dude
yes.
man.
Yes.
I don't like
You've got there.
beards.
You
I'm
got
here.
there.
I'm here now.
He's there.
I'm
He's
here.
While I was taking it in, she said that as her dad and her are estranged, he is religious and him and her family disowned her when she came out. She thinks I am the best man she knows and asked if I would give her away when they were married.
Because she used to call you daddy.
Oh. Without thinking, I said, "You must be kidding. No way." I do not remember the exact words after that, but it was a very awkward situation. We paid up and left without hardly talking. She looked like she was crushed, though, and could not get her words out. That's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Like, on the one hand, I understand why OP doesn't want to do this, but, like, she clearly sees the relationship very differently than he does.
Mm-hmm.
Because it seems like he's still kind of seeing the relationship as, like, this very important thing to him, which
Yeah.
makes sense.
And she went on a different journey.
Yeah,
than
she's like,
you
oh, I
did,
realized
OP.
I was never really in love with you.
Mm-hmm.
And
Ugh.
he didn't have that. After getting home, I received a very angry phone call from her fiancé telling me what a piece of crap I am for crushing her dreams and putting a dampener on her big day. She said along the lines of, "Don't think you're coming to the wedding." And I equally responded along the lines of, "Don't worry, love. I wouldn't go anyway."
Oh.
Dang, y'all get nasty.
Get nasty.
Get nasty.
Catfight.
A few mutual friends and family of mine that she still sees have rung me or messaged me, saying they think I'm out of line and that they're going to show their support. I've been ignoring them like it is their business anyway. I personally feel crushed all over again like when she came out to me. I feel like I was not good enough for her to marry, but good enough to help make her big days special. I do not see me and her regaining our friendship like we had. I think even if we patch it up, we will always have this over us. Am I wrong for doing it? Should I have bit the bullet and given her away? I think what is annoying me a lot is that I consider what she did a big no. Inviting an ex to a wedding is something I would not do and consider it a bit insensitive on her part. Why does she, her fiancé, and others think it's okay? And why does she get a pass on the basis that she's a woman and marrying a girl? Uncles and aunts of mine who divorced, stayed cool with their exes, and later remarried, never dreamed of asking exes to be a part of and go to their future weddings. Why should my situation be any different?
Okay, I see where he's coming from.
I think he is not over her. He hasn't been in a serious relationship for 3 years. When she came to him, instead of being polite and being like, hey, I'm not super comfortable doing that, he went, no way, that's great. Like, he had this huge reaction, which was rude. And now he's going on this thing like, why is it any different? Why is it different because she's marrying a girl? It's different because you guys literally said you were best friends. Her fiance is fine with it. And also she said she wasn't attracted to men.
I think OP
he's not over her.
is hanging on that note. Yeah, exactly. He's still into her. He's still hanging on to the notion like, she didn't marry me. How is that possible?
Yeah.
Like, why couldn't she marry me?
It's 500 Days of Summer.
I love the Smiths.
Sorry.
He's definitely not over her. And from her point of view, I'm just thinking in the movie or the TV show How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
How I think like Ted dated Robin, but everyone was still friends. Or like New Girl. You can still date someone and be friends and be close, but you can definitely see he's not over by the way he's like. You would never invite an ex to a wedding.
Yeah.
You're
he
not
still sees. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not an ex to OP anymore. You're a best male friend.
Yes.
She doesn't have a lot of those in her life.
She even said, she's like, I don't have a lot of, good male figures.
Which confuses me on why he continued the relationship of friendship with her.
Exactly. If he saw this as so, like, taboo.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I think that you are absolutely justified in being like, I'm not comfortable doing that. But you could have done it more respectfully. And even if your first thing was like,
No way.
then you take a minute and you go, I'm so sorry I reacted that way. You asked me this really special thing and I am not comfortable, but I shouldn't have reacted like that. Comment 1, strip away all the other stuff and it comes down to this. The woman who didn't want to marry you and who broke your heart wants you to come to her wedding and literally give her away to someone else. You're allowed to say no. Comment 2, I would say any chance of reconciliation flew away as soon as your ex decided to let her fiance and your family members get involved and pester you about it. I would also agree with that. I don't blame you for saying no, definitely could have been worded better, but she should have talked to you more about it before just telling everyone you're an awful person and making them mad at you. OP says, a cousin of mine even tried to guilt me, saying by my actions, I was subconsciously showing my internalized homophobia. I mean, WTF, right? Also, that's not what internalized homophobia is. Internalized homophobia, that would be like homophobia.
Oh.
I don't know. I feel like that doesn't make sense. Reply, I hate this logic. Ask them to take their identity out of it completely. Ask them, would you be comfortable if your ex who broke your heart asked you to give them away at their wedding to someone new? No? So why should I treat her any differently because of her identity? Because they're best friends. You told us they were best friends. Comment 3, from reading the whole thread, it's obvious that she sees you, OP, as a very dear and platonic friend. In her mind, it's honoring the connection you have as friends, asking you to give her away. She does, however, obviously not get at all how much the initial rejection of the breakup and its aftermath have hurt you and still do. I don't think he realizes this either. She's caught up in her own happiness and didn't think to consider your perspective. Nobody's trying to be an a-hole, but you both hurt each other bad. Honestly, I'd say that since you have not properly healed, you should consider if it's really healthy to stay friends, to stay close friends, or if you'd heal better on your own. Obviously, you feel strung along. I honestly think it's great when people start living true to themselves, but there's often a partner left behind feeling tricked. And there is an update. I don't really agree with all those comments. I agree with some of them and parts of some of them, except for that last comment. I think they were all leaving out that he said that they were best friends.
Yeah.
And I think that he is not realizing that he is not over this relationship.
Definitely not, man. But you're going to apologize for saying the word you said and not go to the wedding and be on okay terms with OP or your ex, right?
Yeah.
Right, OP?
I also wonder, because he was saying that he would never invite an ex to a wedding. So is he not even going to go to their wedding?
He's not. No, he's like, don't
No,
worry
now
about it.
he's not. But before his friend asked him to walk her
Oh.
down the aisle, was he not even planning to go to the wedding?
I don't think he was.
Which is crazy because she was absolutely going to invite him, even if she wasn't asking him to walk her down the aisle. Like, imagine your best friend not going to your wedding.
Yeah. If you're hanging out with someone
Self-proclaimed.
one-on-one regularly, you're going to their wedding.
Yeah.
That
and
makes
it's
no sense.
crazy. I don't know.
The correlation doesn't make any sense at all.
Update. I had lots of great advice, but one was to write a letter to convey my feelings. I was in the process of doing so when I got a text from her yesterday asking if she could come to my house in the evening so we could chat about what went down and clear the air. I agreed and she came over. The first thing she did was apologize for her fiance's behavior and for people pestering me. She admitted that she was so upset when she got home that afternoon that her partner freaked out and had a go at me without thinking. The others found out because she has a WhatsApp group that she set up to talk about her proposal, and she mentioned in there that she was going to ask me, so people had been messaging her on there to ask how she got on. Which, honestly, I feel like kind of takes a lot of the, blame off her, because that was the only thing that I was saying that she was the a-hole for, and she didn't even do it on purpose. She was just like, he didn't accept.
Mm-hmm.
She assured me she was going to ask people on there to leave me alone now. She let me go first, and I said basically that I was so taken aback because of her stance on marriage when we were together and the fact I wanted to marry her so much. When she asked me, I guess all the feelings I had when she first came out and we separated came flooding back. She said she could see where I was coming from and admitted in hindsight she didn't really stop and consider my feelings because she's so caught up in her happy little world. She then said that the reason why she wants me to not only be there is that she loves me so much, and even though she's not into me spicily or romantically, she still considers me her soulmate in a way. She said she feels I get her more than anyone else in the world, including her fiancé. This took me by surprise to actually hear, and I broke down and started crying, and so did she. I don't know if that is the thing that OP needs to hear, but I understand what she's saying. She's like, you're my best friend.
Soulmate?
Yeah, I would consider my best friends, like, I have a best friend I would consider as my soulmate.
Soulmate.
Yeah. Soulmate doesn't have to be romantic.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Never thought about that. To be honest, kind of gave up on the concept of soulmates long ago.
I don't believe in one soulmate. I think that soulmates are just people that I think that you can
Are
have
meant to be
multiple
in your life?
soulmates and that that are meant to be in your life and
Oh.
add joy and
That's family.
yeah. After we cleared our heads, she told me I can still come to the wedding if I wanted and there's no pressure to be involved as such. I said to her I do not think I can, as the love I have for her is not strictly platonic on my part. And there it is. OP's still not over.
He thought it was just a phase.
Yeah.
He thought it was just a phase.
And to give her away in the way she wants feels like a punt in the balls. I just don't think I can. She seemed to get angry at this. Thinking about it in hindsight, I think she was just being direct and told me I need to accept we are over. I think that's just direct. I think that's her being like, it's been 3 years. You need to get over me.
Yeah, but the late nights, hanging out with the fur baby.
That's why
Talking,
I
getting
don't think that helped
close.
him. She stressed to me that she is not into me in that way. I said I do not think I can, and that we may be best to properly cut ties, at least for a time, as it's eating me up. By the way, it would eat me up if you didn't listen to full episodes of stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up OK Storytime. There is a little bit left of the story, but I do think that is the right move for OP.
Oh, absolutely. I
don't think that you can be friends with an ex who you're into.
Yeah, there was this,
Doesn't work.
There was this friend of mine that was going through a breakup, and I was like, oh, we should hang out and go on dates. And then it kind of got a little, and I was like, you need to process your breakup.
Yeah.
We can't be friends.
OP's here. He's been here for 3 months, hoping that she'll come back. And she can't, so you have to leave that. I guarantee that's why he's not had a successful relationship or like a long-term relationship in 3 years.
But soulmate? Dude, that's wild. I understand the difference between twin flame and soulmate now, but
Yeah.
if I just heard that, I'd be like screaming on the inside.
I assume that's how he feels.
Oh,
Because she's seeing us as like a platonic soulmate, and he's being like, you're my romantic soulmate. I'm in love with you.
yeah. I understand the feeling. I want to date with one chick.
Yeah.
Now she's with another woman now. And then I went through the mindset of like,
Yeah.
what is my sexuality if I'm attracted to a lesbian, and I was like, what does this mean? I was just like,
I'm attracted to women. What does this mean?
I'm attracted to a woman that's attracted to a woman. What am I?
Straight.
Straight.
Okay.
But guess what? She's not attracted to you.
She's just not attracted to you.
What does that
Okay.
make her? Not
said-
straight.
No, it's straight.
Simple math.
She said if that is what I want, she understands, and she started to really cry.
Oh.
We hugged and parted there. Before she left, she told me she could tell I'm drinking again and said if all else fails and this is it, to please try and at least get sober again. To say my head is a mess is an understatement. Luckily, I've not heard from her since she left, and I have deactivated all my social media, so I cannot see what she's up to.
Smart.
Comment 1, this is literally the weirdest, most unhealthy relationship dynamic post-separation that I've ever heard of. You cannot stay in contact with her. This whole thing is super unhealthy.
Also hit the gym, my dude.
Reply, to be frank, it sounds like they both aren't over each other. She literally told him she sees him in a way she doesn't even see her fiancé. Because this is her best friend. Separation in this instance might serve them both for the better. She needs to focus on her fiancé, and he needs to find someone else. Comment 2 says, not the a-hole. Reality didn't meet her ideas, and she blames you for not being what she embodied you to be. She should have managed her expectations out of respect. She didn't even think you could say no. Worse, she thought you'd welcome it. Speaks volumes. OP says, good point. I think she thought she knew me so well that she assumed it would be an instant yes. I think because she put me on the spot, I had to make a decision there and then, where if she did it over the phone or text and email, I have thought about it differently and the outcome may have been different. Comment 3, has she been paying attention to your emotional state in the slightest? OP says, when we first split up, she was amazing. I was drinking loads and she was so helpful in trying to get me out of that and help me into therapy. She's also trying to help me with my self-esteem, even vetting some of my dating choices in the last 3 years. Since the argument, however, we haven't spoken really much at all, so not lately, I don't feel. And that's the end of that story. Again, I feel like they are letting OP way too off the hook. They're like, oh, she did this. Why is she still trying to be friends with you? It's like they both did that.
Yeah.
And she thought he was over her and now is finding out that, oh, no, he's really not over me. And I thought we had this friendship. And yeah, maybe she was being a little oblivious. But I feel like they're both, to blame for how this relationship was
I think
working
they're both.
out.
Like, they should have definitely communicated
Absolutely.
where they were.
Taken some time off. Because it seems like they broke up and then she was just helping him with his, drinking problem.
This separation seems best for both of them.
I agree.
Because if you're about to get married to someone and you consider your ex, even though you're not attracted to them anymore, you're closer to them than you are your fiance, that honestly would not sit right with me.
I will say, she's known OP for
5 years, probably 3 years.
at least 3 years because they broke up 3 years ago.
Yeah.
But probably more because they were talking about marriage. So let's say like 5 years at the most. She considers him her best friend.
Mm-hmm.
She's known her fiance for a year. Their marriage was pretty quick, or their engagement was just happened. Not saying that it should be, but it does make sense the timelines, why she sees this person, OP as her platonic soulmate and like best friend, and she's closest to him. Especially again, she doesn't have really great male figures in her life.
It just wouldn't sit right with me.
Yeah, Duchess Cassandra says totally equal blame on this.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, they're both at fault. It's just one of those situations where you think you can be best friends or friends with your ex.
Yeah.
And one moves on and one is always hung up.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, we got another story coming up for you guys.
All right.
My boyfriend dumped me for his sister's pregnant best friend.
Did he make her pregnant?
My ex-friend set me up with a guy. Let's call him Chris. She considered him to be like a brother back in 2020. I, 22 at the time, didn't really date. Guys didn't really seem attracted to me. I'm a bigger woman with HEDS, PCOS, POTS, among other issues.
What does that mean?
Well, polycystic ovarian syndrome. I know one of the symptoms is like if you stand up, you can fall. You get the blackout thing really easily.
Oh, nice.
It's like iron deficiency is often a company.
Okay. The guys who seemed interested only seemed to be interested in getting me in the bedroom, so I rarely got to the relationship basis. By the way, this comes from a Witchy Woman 1998, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKstorytime subreddit where this story came from.
What?
This is one of our own. My name's Riley.
I'm Sophia.
I'm Keon.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we do know, so let us know what you would do in the comments below. So, OP says, Chris, 23 at the time, had a child from a previous marriage. My ex-friend thought he was looking for someone to settle down with after the stuff he went through with his ex. She was violent. I was iffy due to the last few guys I tried dating with kids who led me on just to ghost me after a few weeks. But I finally gave and had her tell him to message me. We talked and hung out for a few weeks to a month. He said he wasn't sure if he wanted a relationship, but was hoping he would be soon. I told him there was no rush because I'd rather him be sure than to lead me on. Yeah, that's smart. About a week after he told me that, he asked me to be his girlfriend.
Okay, so he took a week. He was like, I'm pretty sure.
He was smitten by the idea. I asked him if he was sure since it wasn't long after. He said he wasn't sure he'd be ready for a relationship. He told me he was 110% sure he was ready. So I said yes.
See, that would make me less sure. I'd be like, oh, that's not even possible. You can't be 110% sure. It's ridiculous.
Maybe they're bad at math and they don't know what 110% means.
Well, maybe he's bad at relationships too.
Hot take. If you're bad at math, you're bad at relationships. By Sophia.
Dang it, I'm bad at No, I'm bad at math. That's not true. I'm good at math, just not mental math. So if I keep the relationship in my head, it's bad.
Yes. About a week into us dating, he decided he wanted me to meet his family, which I figured was going to happen quickly since they all lived across the street from my friend and I was going over there quite often. All of his family seemed to love me except for his sister Lola.
Uh-oh.
That weekend, I met his family. His sister showed up with her baby daddy and her pregnant best friend. This was Chris's first time meeting Lola's best friend, Grace.
Love at first sight. Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. As I was talking to Lola before they left, I noticed for some reason when Grace said bye, she hugged into Chris for an awkwardly long time. I mean, Chris sort of looked uncomfortable with how long it was. So I wasn't concerned, especially since Chris hadn't given me any reason to not trust him. A couple of days later, my ex-friend told me Grace thought I hated her because of the hug. So I went and found her social media, messaged her to let her know I didn't hate her, as I had no reason not to trust Chris. For some reason, Chris at this point had gone radio silent on me.
What? This is how long into the girlfriendness is this?
I want to say
Like a couple weeks?
Yeah.
Like a week?
Fresh.
It's super fresh.
He went from texting and video chatting every often to leaving me on read or giving me 1 to 2 word responses. Other than him telling me he was going through something mentally and thought he needed some space, I thought it was a bit weird, but said I understood and left him to be for about a week. After a week, he just continued to leave me on read.
Yeah, these are the signs. These are the breakup signs.
His family would ask me if we were still together. I would just say, at this point, I don't know. Go ask him yourself. He doesn't know how to respond to me. About a month after he asked me to be his girlfriend, 2 months since we started talking, he came over to my ex-friend's house in a t-shirt I gifted him with his kid I haven't met before this.
You hadn't met his kid before y'all started dating? I take that back because I feel like oftentimes when you have kids, you don't want to introduce them until you're serious.
Yeah.
So that does make sense.
Mind you, he was still leaving me on read other than a couple of one-word responses. 3 to 4 days after I got a message from Grace asking if Chris and I were still together, I told her to ask him because he wasn't responding to me. She responded with, "You should ask him again." So of course, being that it was a weird message to see from another female, I asked Chris. Lo and behold, he did not respond. A couple of days later, I was sick of it and messaged Chris saying, "We need to talk because are we even together?" He responded with, "I'm sorry, but I forced myself to be in a relationship with you when I wasn't ready for one. Again, I'm so sorry." I just responded to him with a thumbs up emoji.
That's ridiculous. What do you mean you forced yourself to be in a relationship that you weren't ready for?
Remember, 110%.
Yeah, yeah. I knew that was a lie. Because 110% is impossible.
He probably was just 10% to be ready.
Ridiculous. You freaking little liar.
Or he was 11% ready and just added a 0 on accident.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to.
It was a
a
point.
typo.
Sorry, it was a 0.0.
It was 11.0%. And he was like, I was really confused why you were so excited about the 11%. That's ridiculous. Stop doing that, people. Don't do that. If you're not ready to be in a relationship, don't be in one.
And just say you're giving it your 100%, not 110%. 2 days later, he blocked me on everything.
What is this
110%.
man's problem?
About 2 days after that, I saw Grace's Facebook that she and Chris were in a relationship.
Well, it won't last long because he forced himself to be in a relationship with you. And if a man says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I forced myself to be in a relationship with you," and then gets into another relationship right after that, he is not handling anything healthily. He does not know how to be alone.
My first thought was they knew each other longer than they mentioned, and she was pregnant with Chris's baby.
That would be my first thought.
But my ex-friend and Chris's other sister confirmed that she was pregnant with another man's baby who wanted nothing to do with Grace or the baby. My ex-friend threw a fit to both of them because she knew I had started to fall for Chris pretty hard when he had me meet his family. I tend to fall for someone pretty hard and sometimes a bit fast. The fit my ex threw had Chris's sister, Lola, message me mad that I was upset Chris was already with another woman, not even a week after he told me he wasn't actually ready for a relationship. A couple of months went by, and I was finally mostly over him, only to find out they were engaged.
Wow, they're really rushing.
Yikes! I mean, just comfort yourself with the fact that that relationship is going to be so messy.
You don't want any part of that.
Yeah.
That ship is on fire from the beginning.
Like, it super sucks that, he led you on and treated you like this, but just know that he was not a man that you want to be in a relationship with.
Yeah.
And that you will find someone better.
It only bugged me a tiny bit. It had been months, but there was still a sting knowing they were working out the way I was hoping. About 8 to 10 months after that, my ex-best friend told me to go look at Grace's page because it was interesting. Her and Chris got married the day after what had been his and mine 1-year anniversary. My ex-friend told me she had overheard Grace wanting to do it on the day, but there were no time slots at the courthouse to do it.
That's insane and feels like on purpose.
That's weird.
Why the day?
Ugh.
That can't be coincidental.
The only good thing that came out of this relationship and the friendship with my ex-friend is I got a wonderful dog who absolutely loves Dakota and Riley reading.
Heck yeah.
From my ex's younger sister, not Lola, who is best friends with my ex-friend. Dude, is this Jamie? Jamie, are you here? Someone DM Jamie that we're reading her story.
Is
well,
it? Well, we don't know.
We don't know.
We have a lot of pets that love our voices.
For sure.
Sorry, I thought so.
I just got excited.
Dang, that's crazy. I also learned not to trust most guys named Chris.
No, you can't do that.
Come on.
There's nice Chris's.
No.
I know, a very lovely
I
Chris.
love Chris Pratt.
I was like,
I love Chris. Chris Pine's pretty cool.
Chris Pine.
That's nice.
Chris
Evans.
Chris Evans, dude.
Chris Hemsworth.
Your friend Chris.
That's what I said. I said I know.
Christoph
Chris.
Waltz.
Christian in
Christian?
college was named Chris.
There you go.
Because if Chris crossed applesauce, what would he do to you?
Sure. And I've always said that.
Yep. Comment number 1. Chris showed you who he is by leading you on, ignoring your messages, and then turning around to be with someone almost immediately. That is not a reflection of your worth. It's a reflection of his immaturity and dishonesty. You gave him the benefit of the doubt and patience when he asked for space, and he chose to use that time to move on behind your back instead of being upfront with you. The best thing you can do now is cut ties with Chris and anyone in his circle who stirs up drama or tries to make you feel guilty for having emotions. Protect your peace and distance yourself from people who do not respect your feelings. It might still sting, especially knowing how quickly he moved on, but healing will come from focusing on yourself and refusing to let him or his family take up any more of your energy. Spend time with people who uplift you and invest in things that remind you of your value. This is also a chance to practice setting stronger boundaries for future relationships. If someone starts pulling away, going quiet, or acting inconsistent, it's okay to step back and protect yourself instead of waiting around for clarity. You deserve a partner who is clear about what they want and who values your trust from the very beginning. We have an update.
Yes, I agreed to all of that. Was this OP's like first relationship?
No, one of her first.
Okay. I think it's like, I think OP specified that like she hadn't been in very like serious, like long lasting relationships.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like when you have that mindset or you know, or don't have that experience
And you're yearning for one.
and you're yearning for one, you kind
Yeah.
of not attuned to red flags yet, but you were getting the hang of it.
It's also experience.
Yeah, it's
I
experience.
think everyone, when we all had our first relationships, we were like, this is perfect. This is, I can see my future with this person. And then you look back on it, you're like, oh, boy, that was
yeah,
brutal.
you get the hang of it. And next time, if a guy says 1 week ago, I'm not ready for a relationship, and then says the next week, I'm 110% ready for a relationship, you're going to be like, that doesn't sound right.
It's a learning experience. I mean, some people can get it right off the bat, which is great. For others, it takes
Takes a minute.
multiple partners.
And we got an update. My boredom got the best of me. And I went to see if my ex's wife, the woman he left me for, had still blocked me on Facebook. Mainly because I saw she viewed my TikTok profile and liked a few of my videos from 5 years ago right after he broke up with me. She had blocked me on Facebook when I laugh reacted to her and Chris making things official on Facebook. Well, she unblocked me. I immediately noticed her profile picture wasn't of her and my ex or her and the kids like normal. But I quickly realized who was in the picture with her. It was my ex's brother.
Whose picture is this?
Her ex's wife. So the profile picture isn't with her ex and the wife. It's with her ex's wife
And his brother?
ex's brother.
Ooh.
Naturally, I got more curious. So I looked up my ex's second Facebook that I wasn't blocked on to see what was on his page. His profile picture was with the same brother's baby mama. They just flip-flopped.
That's insane.
But what is insane is how many stories we have for you on your favorite podcast platform. Just search up OK Storytime on Apple, iHeartRadio, or Spotify. And listen to more crazy, ridiculous stories just like this one. Sophia Keon,
What
do we think of this switcheroo here?
I mean, clearly they're messy.
Yeah.
Clearly they're messy, and you got out of there, OP, so just be thankful for that.
I told you that ship was on fire.
Yikes.
Honeybee, keeping it in the family.
I guess so. They just did a little wife swap.
This is so messy, wrestling mama. Yeah, I'm shocked too.
That's crazy.
Honestly, OP, good you dodged this bullet.
To finish it off, Chris, my ex, has one biological kid with the woman he married after breaking up with me, and his brother has one biological kid with the woman my ex is now with. So my ex and his brother have become uncle daddies, apparently.
Okay.
Hey, yo.
All right, then.
We're just going to have a lot of these today, huh?
Unc daddy. It made me even more glad I wasn't with Chris anymore. And totally made me laugh because what kind of Jerry Springer BS is going on with that family? Ugh.
I don't know, man. That's crazy. But you're out of there, and I hope you find someone better.
Yeah, and
I think we have one, like, mini story.
My ex dumped me to be with his stepsister.
not the stepsis.
And this comes directly from the r/OK Storytime subreddit.
Oh.
Oh. A little backstory. Me, 28 female, and my now ex, let's call him John,
Uh-oh.
27 male,
Uh-oh.
were going through what I thought was a rough patch. He'd distanced himself from me, and by extension, our 3, now 4-year-old daughter. He began to hang out more around his close-in-age stepsister, staying out late, hanging out with friends, and definitely drinking. The more days went by, I noticed how weirdly close they had gotten, more than normal.
Yeah, they always hang out in the laundry.
By the way, this comes from Wolf of Snow 97, and if you want to spin your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Sophia.
I'm Riley.
And I'm Keon.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we'd do. So let us know what you would do in the comments. But OP says he'd almost never help around the house when I asked and told him how I needed the help.
But stepsister kept getting stuck, so I had to kept getting her unstuck.
More like he got stuck in her.
Instead, he enlisted his stepmom and stepsister's help.
Oh.
Which I thought was weird, but a nice gesture until he voiced how he thought it was embarrassing that he had to ask for help for me. Looking back, I think he was trying to create a reason to break it off.
Not the stepmom, too.
I then started to become aware that it was getting way more suspicious, after I caught them close, face to face, in the front of the house. Not kissing, but definitely close enough distance to be awkward to watch. She noticed me and backed away before walking out the garage door. I also backed up, wondering what I just witnessed at the time. Fast forward a bit, the night before I received his breakup text, not even in person, he had been so seemingly loving and we had spicy sleep, giving me the illusion that maybe we'd be okay after all.
Oh no! The breakup, spicy sleep. The breakup sleep.
We'd been together 7, almost 8 years.
Oh.
And through one breakup and back together, but looking back, it was the optimism of love blinding me. I tried to bargain how we could work it out and get past it for our little family and little one, but every suggestion was shot down. I tried to find a job so I could get stable and help, but him being my only ride, he left me to miss my interview. Without feeling supported, I packed me and my daughter up to leave and talked to my family to see if they would be able to get us out, and they did. Not without some defensiveness that I was taking the daughter I was pretty much there for everything for, while he only ever wanted the fun side of being a dad. By the way, it would be really fun if you guys listened to full episodes of stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up Storytime. There's a little bit left to this story.
He wanted the fun side of being a dad and a brother.
Yikes.
Today's theme is just not on it.
I don't like this.
Just
I don't
play
like
that.
this.
Today's theme is play that guitar riff from Leonard Skinner.
I don't like this. I don't want it. I don't want it in my stories. I don't want to read it.
It's just spicy sleep, Sophia.
No. This is
No.
bad
It's
spicy
just
sleep.
spicy sleep in the confounds of family.
All right, Fast and Furious.
Fast forward to after we left, John, his best friend, and oddly, his stepsister, followed us down the week after for Father's Day week, despite claiming no money for months. He traveled to all the places he wanted to take our daughter to, with her tagging along, including to his other side of his family's houses. I now recognize this as him introducing her to his family. How did he introduce her? How exactly what did he introduce her as?
This is my
Imagine-
step-girlfriend.
My step-girlfriend.
Fast forward a few months after the breakup, after being told he's not interested in dating. Newsflash, he's dating her.
This is my girlfriend stepsister. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's always the parentheses of not dating you.
Also, going to meet the family, what do you think they're thinking? Hey, honey, so what happened to your other girlfriend?
Yeah.
Where's
Why is your
she?
stepsister here? I find out through some of her posts tagging him and his dad's post.
That's so weird.
Tagging him in what to anyone would look like cutesy dating poses, whether fishing or even in the car with him, leaning on her shoulder. The audacity to not only lie, then make it public is wild. His Facebook relationship status reflects that, yes, he's definitely dating. There's no misconception, including his dad's photo caption about them stealing kisses. So am I the a-hole if I expose them publicly for what definitely seems like cheating?
Nah. Well,
I feel like just get away from that nuclear explosion. I feel like just get away from the fire, walk away,
Dude,
don't look back.
Yeah,
OP,
we don't need to be anywhere near that.
if you can, this is my only advice I could give to you. Save up as much money as you can, fly to Bali, go to Ubud, and stay there for a week or two.
Maybe 3.
3 would be perfect. A month would be amazing. Just find yourself in Bali, because that's what people do. That's what I did. And
What'd you find in Bali?
you guys. And
You found
It
me
was-
in Bali?
it was
You found
beautiful.
Sophia in Bali?
it led me to you guys.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so I would
Yikes.
definitely get out.
Hit a different town. But that's the end of that story
Oh my god.
and the end of this cursed episode.
No, and we got
We got
I guess,
comments.
We got comments?
Here.
Yeah.
does that
This is
mean?
new.
This video was posted on August 13th, and the TLDR, the first story was, OP's dad decided to leave the entire family business to his older brother instead of giving OP any ownership. Even though OP does most of the physical work, OP quit and got offered a way better job by their biggest client, which meant the client would stop using dad's company. When OP told his family about the new job, they called him selfish, tried to sabotage him by bad-mouthing him to his new boss. Now dad's business is failing, and they had to fire people, and the family isn't speaking to OP anymore.
I remember this story.
All right, so Cynthia Guzman, 7130. take it from the top here. I left a comment on this video. Dad and brother never acknowledged OP's contribution to the business. They thought of him as just a lowly grunt, so they never would have treated OP the way that he earned. He was the reason that their business was staying afloat, and they never would have seen that. Their biggest client always requested OP for the work that they needed done. That should have been a sign for Daddy Dear and beloved brother to try and keep him, but instead they just figured that he was replaceable and business would continue as normal. LOL. I really do love watching Karma work her incredible magic when greatly deserved. As far as the will goes, lol, beloved brother will be lucky if there's anything left after the business folds. OP has a lifetime of wins coming towards him, and I'm quite sure that he will be hearing from Dear Daddy and brother in the future when they are both hurting for money. He won't be needing any inheritance in the future. The company that hired him will continue to appreciate him, and even if they don't, with the experience that OP is building, someone will. That is the first comment.
Real quick, working for a company and being there from like the ground up,
Yeah.
you really understand like the inner workings of it, and you kind of come up to your own ideas of, oh, I could do this better, do that better. Because that story, the dad was very traditional in everything, and technology's come a long ways.
Just remember, like, OP wasn't getting paid well.
He wasn't, no. And
yeah, and there was like just a bunch of other problems.
if you can bring new technical innovations to a company, he's gonna kill it.
Yeah.
He's gonna do
I
even
mean, he
better.
already got like a way better job, so.
Yeah.
We have a second comment. This is from Nana P827. The father and brother use the son as a grunt worker. It's the grunt workers that make you money. To me, it looks like God had a plan for this young man and opened a window for him.
That's right. God does, and
God did.
you know, if he wants to close it, he'll just not make it happen.
Just won't get anything.
And one more comment from Code Rain. If the client can replace 12 people with the one son they're hiring directly, that's a damn shame. And I don't love layoffs, but from a family business point of view, it shows who's been carrying the business. To clarify, OP has been generating the revenue that keeps 12 people employed, but being excluded from the decision-making and value? If this were a normal business relationship, it'd be enough to quit. If it's a family, it's a demonstration of inequitable access to support, emotional, etc. OP is carrying the family and the company.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
really was.
Clearly, because it
Oh.
didn't do well when he left.
Being a part of a company is like you have so many processes and so many things you gotta stay on top of.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of crazy.
Sure is.
And
That's the end of that comments
Yeah.
section
and the end of the story.
and the end of this episode. But if you love us, make sure to subscribe
We freaking love you.
and
See you tomorrow.